Good morning students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. So as you all know, in last lecture I discussed some important questions on polynomial and we finished the chapter number 2 polynomials completely. So in last lecture what I did, I discussed all the questions. Okay. So today what we do? The agenda for today's lecture will be that I will be discussing some important questions on exercise 2.1 and 2.2. I am not going to discuss all the questions. I will only be discussing selected problems. Okay. Remaining questions you have to attempt on your own. And first of all, I request you to attempt all the questions on your own. If you don't find them suitable, if you are unable to solve them, what you can do? You can see my lecture and try to get help from it. Okay. So that's what we will do today. Okay. So in next another lecture, what we will do? We will discuss remaining exercises and totally wind up the chapter. And I request you to attempt next exercise also so that it will be beneficial for you in your exam. Okay. Stay safe. Stay indoors. Thank you. Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. So as you know, in last lecture we completed our chapter. So today what we are going to do? Today we will discuss solutions of exercise 2.1 and 2.2. So we will be discussing only selected problems. Okay. So remaining you can do. Okay. So first come to exercise 2.1. Here exercise 2.1 is actually very simple. There is only one question in exercise 2.1 and that too is very much easy. Here in question 1 there will be some graphs given to you and you have to find the number of zeros. So simply what you can do, you can check how many times that graph is intersecting x-axis. Okay, the number of times graph is intersecting x-axis, there will be the same will be number of zeros. So that one I have already covered in lectures. Okay, so that you can do very easily. So what we will do, we will discuss solutions to exercise 2.2. okay, so there comes question number 1. okay, so in question number 1 there are 6 parts and what you have to do, you have to find the zeros and then the relationship between zeros and coefficients. Okay, so I am going to do fourth question. Question number 1, fourth part. The fourth part is 4u square plus 8u. What you have to do, first of all you have to find the zeros and then later you have to verify the relationship between zeros and coefficient. Okay, so what we will do to find 0, what we do, we equate the polynomial to 0. 4u square plus 8u equal to 0. Then take 4u common, it will become u plus 2 equal to 0. So this is 0, it implies 4u equal to 0 and u plus 2 equal to 0. So this will give you u equal to 0 and this will give you u equal to minus 2. So the zeros are 0 and minus 2. So these are your zeros. Now what you have to do, you have to verify the relationship. First we will simply add sum of zeros. Okay, so sum of zeros is 0 plus minus 2. This will give you minus 2. And now we know the relationship between zeros and coefficients. So now we will use that to find sum of zeros. So sum of zeros equal to negative coefficient of u upon coefficient of u square. Okay, so this is how we calculate sum of zeros minus b by a. B is coefficient of u and a is coefficient of u square. So now look at the question. The coefficient of u here you can find is 8 and the coefficient of u square is 4. So minus is already there. So 8 upon 4, minus is already there. This will give you minus 2. So you can see that sum of zeros, when you add zeros directly you got minus 2 and by using the relationship you also got sum is minus 2. So this verifies your relationship. Similarly we will find product of zeros. Okay, so product of zeros, your zeros are 0 and minus 2. So simply multiply them. 0 multiplied by minus 2 you will get 0. Okay, now use the relationship. So product of zeros equal to what it is? Constant upon coefficient of u square. Okay, coefficient of u square. What is there? Now look at the here in the problem. What is the constant term? Constant term is not there. It means it is 0. So constant term write 0 and coefficient of u square is 4. So it will become 0 upon 4. This will give you 0. So now look, the product of zeros by simply multiplying is also 0, and by using relationship between coefficients and zeros it is 0. So here it is verified. I will cover one more problem in this question. So come to part 5th. Okay, 5th part is t square minus 15. Okay, t square minus 15. Now see that first of all, to find the zeros, what we do, we equate the polynomial to 0. Here we can see that 15 is not a square of any number, but we know that 15 can be written as root 15 square. Okay, root 15 square is 15. Now t square minus root 15 square. So now apply the identity a square minus b square. It will give you a minus b, means t minus root 15, and t plus root 15 equal to 0. Simple. So it implies they both will be individually equal to 0. Okay, so t minus root 15 equal to 0 and t plus root 15 is also equal to 0. So this will give you t equal to root 15 and this will give you t equal to minus root 15. So you can say that, so the zeros are plus root 15 and minus root 15. Now what you have to do, you have to verify the relationship. Okay, so now simply first of all we will find sum of zeros. Okay, so it is root 15 and this is minus root 15. That sum will be equal to 0. Okay, now we will use the relationship to find the sum of zeros. So sum of zeros equal to negative coefficient of t upon coefficient of t square. Okay, here now see, here there is no term of t, so therefore coefficient of t will be 0 and coefficient of t square is 1. Okay, so it will become minus coefficient of t is 0 and coefficient of t square is 1. So this will give you 0. So sum of zeros is 0. Here also it is 0. So this verifies your relationship for sum of zeros. Now come to product of zeros. Okay, product of zeros. First of all, simply multiply the zeros. Your zeros are root 15 and minus root 15. This will give you minus 15. Okay, simple. Now use the relationship to find the product of zeros. It is constant term upon coefficient of t square. So here the constant term is minus 15. You can see constant term is minus 15 and coefficient of t square is 1. Okay, so it is minus 15 upon 1. This will give you minus 15. Okay, so this verifies the relationship for product of zeros also. Okay, now what we will do, we will come to question number 2. Okay, we will come to question number 2. What is there in question 2? You have to find the quadratic polynomial where sum of zeros and product of zeros is given to you. Okay, so let us start with question number 2nd. Okay, so I will be discussing part 2nd and 5th. So second one is, it is given that sum of zeros which is given to you is root 2 and product of zeros is 1 upon root 3. So you have to find the quadratic polynomial. So it will be k into x square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. Okay, so this is what you have to do. So k into x square minus sum of zeros, it is given to it is root 2 x plus product of zeros is 1 upon 3. Okay, so now what you can do, take LCM. Okay, so it will become 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 1 upon 3. So let k equal to 3. If k is 3, then this k is 3, so 3 will cancel. So your polynomial becomes 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 1. So simply this is your required polynomial. Come to part 5th. You have to attempt this also like this. Okay, sum of zeros is given to you, it is minus 1 by 4. Similarly, product of zeros is given to you, it is 1 by 4. So your required polynomial is again k into x square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. Okay, so write it like this, k into x square minus sum of zeros is given to you minus 1 by 4x plus product of zeros is 1 by 4. Okay, now what we'll do, k into x square minus minus will become positive, it will be 1 by 4x plus 1 by 4. Take 4 as LCM, it will become 4x square plus x plus 1. Now simply let k equal to what we will take, k will 4. If we take k equal to 4, they both will cancel. So your required polynomial will be this, which is 4x square plus x plus 1. So this completes your exercise 2.2. In next lecture what we will do, we will discuss exercise 2.3 and that totally completes your chapter 2. Okay, so last lecture will be your last of polynomials. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you.